recently said in an interview that the real star of the movie is Irfan. You said you're the newcomer.
Whenever I take up a project or do something which is, even when I produce a film, I feel this is my first film and I feel like there's so much to learn. And of course, this was like, was like a newcomer because this is my first English film. It was my first so-called international film. I've always, I feel when I go on the set or when I take up a role, I feel like a newcomer, and I hope I remain like that.
What made you do a Hollywood movie? Because you're the one person who has said, I will not do Western movies unless the role appeals to me. How did this role come about, and how did, had you heard of Danny Boyle before this?
This film just, fell in my lap. I got an SMS, and, and I said, this must be one of those same crossover films, English films, people keep on offering you with low budgets and, and that kind of things and all. I said, okay, fine. I said, I didn't take it very seriously. Then again, I was, there was an SMS and saying, so why aren't you, wanting to meet Mr. Danny Boyle? He wants you for the film. And I casually mentioned it to my children, and obviously they reacted, and I said, you have to immediately call him back or SMS him back. So I did that, and they said, before you meet Danny Boyle, we'll send you the script. Before I could read the script, everybody else read the script in my house, and they said, you have to do this film, especially my son. And okay, fine. I said, then and to be honest with you, at that time also I didn't read the script. I just went to Danny. I said, I'm doing the film because I've got too much pressure for my children. I love my children. I'll do anything for them. So I'm doing this film for my children. I don't know if you want me to in the film or no, but I'm doing it. And these are the 2 DVDs. This is the script. And keep first, I said, forget about it. We'll talk business later. Just first you give me this order for my son, because my son is not going to let me go, and then he signed, and then he wrote on the script. I've preserved that script, and he says, to Harsh, thank you for reading my script. Dil se, Danny Boyle.
Tell me, you were not the first choice for this movie right away. There was talk about,
there was this film was, I just read it today, matter of fact. There was some, confusion that Shah Rukh was offered this film, and, I sincerely feel, I think, that there are certain films and certain roles, you're destined to do it, and, no matter how many people say yes or no to the film, and ultimately it's all destiny, which film you're going to do and which film. There are certain films which I have said no, and which have become, big successes, and have been turning points in their careers. So that's part of life, that's part of show business, part of destiny, and you can't do everything. As I say, some films you do, some films you don't do.
And did you watch any of the Kaun Bane Crorepati episodes for reference points?
Yes, of course I did. I did watch and Amitabh Bachchan Saab was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal in all of them. He was terrific, and he's a kind of a phenomenon, once in a lifetime kind of phenomenon. He was fantastic in the film. I watched Shah Rukh's also, and he has got his own style, and he was terrific, absolutely. The way he, completely very flamboyant and very funny, and I think and I'm sure, that's one of the feedback I've got, that the youngsters and teenagers really loved the way he, hosted the show. And, but to be honest with you, because you see this film was an English film, it was an international film, so, the entire, the way Danny wanted me to do it and the way I felt I should do it, and so I did watch a lot of international shows.
And you were always one guy who has supported Rahman, a lot. You always said that he's the best. You worked with him closely in Yuvraj, which was again great music,
Yeah, my first film was with him was Tal, which I remember I've been in LA when I was, his agent had given a party in his honor, and he was, he said, when he introduced me to his agent, and he said, he said, actually my first real international recognition came from, the music, which, Anil was part of it. So it is, good to hear from him that, I have been part of his journey, international journey, and again, then we did Pukar, and then we did, there's another film, Kabhi Na Kabhi, which the film didn't do well, but it had terrific music. Yeah. And then there's Yuvraj, and now it's Slumdog Millionaire, which is creating, world hysteria where his work is concerned. People are loving his music, and he has, the Jai Ho song when I was there in LA, and this time, and they're doing that song in English also.
Yeah.
So I said, when are you leaving for Mumbai? I said, no, I'm not leaving now. I'm just have to, after I go to India, I have to do Delhi 6, and I'm recording Jai Ho in English. So I'm looking forward. I think it must be, recorded, and it's going to. I'm really looking forward to hearing that.
Shah Rukh also said that Slumdog is a brilliant movie, and Anil's done a great job. So for you, it's been very important to get feedback from the industry. You're a very competitive person. How did you feel with that compliment? And
See, to be honest with you, compliments are always welcome, and especially from your contemporaries and and people who are more than your contemporaries. I think when juniors appreciate you, that makes you feel, and it's very gracious of him to feel that I've done a fabulous job, and when I meet him personally, I'm going to thank him for that. And yes, of course, there was Sanjay Dutt who called me up personally. There was Akshay Kumar who met me personally and spoke to me, and Akshay Khanna. He's given me the best compliment, and he was very, very thrilled, and that he loved my work in the film. And these are the people who I feel when you're juniors, and when they come up to you and say that, it really feels good, of course.
And what's your gut feeling about the Oscars?
To be honest with you, really not thinking about it at the moment. We are, as I said earlier, it's the Indian release, and and I see what the feedback in India is, and then the Screen Actors Guild Award, and then the BAFTA. We've been nominated for the BAFTA, 11 BAFTAs, and so I'll be traveling to London again with my wife. So I'm looking forward to that.